What's up? I'm Nikki and welcome to my Q&A webcam vlog. So here is the Girls Gone Wild t-shirt someone asked to see. Yes, it exists. Girls Gone Wild. Ah! Our first question today is from Sarhead11. Who was your role model growing up? Probably Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe actually used to babysit my dad when he was a kid. My dad's old. He's 73 years old. And Marilyn Monroe used to work at a defense factory with my aunt in California when Marilyn Monroe was about 15. So she babysat my dad a few times. He says she was a really nice lady from what he can remember. But obviously my dad ended up becoming a fan of Marilyn Monroe, and we had a bunch of Marilyn Monroe movies in the house, and he would always put them on for me, and I remember watching them and just being like, wow, this is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I want to grow up and be just like her. I want to move to California, be a movie star, and be as beautiful as her. I mean, obviously I can't compare myself to Marilyn Monroe, but I looked up to her a lot as a kid, so I think she was my role model. Our second question is from the Pete Moss Show. Is it okay for a girl to ask a guy to marry? I've been waiting 20 years on Tracy! I assume you're yelling because you used an exclamation point. But yeah, hell yeah, it's okay for a girl to ask a guy on a date. It's okay for a girl to ask a guy to marry. A girl can do whatever the hell she wants. Didn't even Pink ask that Carrie motorcycle guy to marry her? I'm not sure how that turned out, so if it didn't turn out well, don't use that as a good example. But what confuses me about your question, Pete Moss, is that you say you've been waiting on her for 20 years. Why don't you just propose then? Huh? You big old knucklehead lug, you. Or just drop a hint like a girl does when she wants to be proposed to, like obvious wink wink nudge nudges. Our final question today is from Valtheros. Sorry, your name sounds like a Greek hero. I kind of sounded like a man there, didn't I? Was it hot? They ask, do you believe in mythical creatures? I'm actually kind of a big nerd when it comes to cryptozoology. I even did a project on it when I was in high school. I'm fascinated by it. You never know. I mean, I think anything is possible. Maybe some of these creatures in the myths had existed and they just became extinct. But we're finding new creatures, new species every day. Someone is discovering something new. So you never know. But actually, you know, in a lot of myths, people would talk about giants, like giant people. They actually found a race of giants in Nevada. I think it was in like the 1930s. The Native Americans had a legend that they killed off this whole race of giants, this whole colony. They trapped them in a cave and set them on fire, and they died. And people who came to the Americas in the 1930s, they were looking in this cave for bat guano, and they found hundreds of these skeletons of people that were 8.5 feet to 10 feet long. So I think you never know. Something could have just gone extinct. You can look that up if you want. I think it's called Love Lake, Nevada. All right. So our random fact of the day is cats spend 2/3 of every day sleeping. That means a 9-year-old cat has only been awake for 3 years of its life. Those cats have it so rough. Thank you guys for tuning into my daily webcam vlog. If you'd like your question featured tomorrow, post it in the comment section. Mwah.